Picture this scenario. You're catching a flight to go overseas on holiday. And as you go through the check-in process and walk towards your gate, you see a massive crowd of people all waiting to board the same flight you're about to board. And it makes you wonder that how is it possible on an ordinary Tuesday mid-afternoon, 200 other people have all planned to take the same flight on the same day to the same destination at the same time? But the real question is, what is the busiest international air route? The current record holder for the world's busiest international route measured by aircraft movements is the route between Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. To understand how many flights there are, as of the time of this filming, on an ordinary Tuesday afternoon, there are 35 flights that fly between Singapore and KL each day. And the flights between Singapore and KL are only between 6 AM and midnight, which is about 2 flights every hour. This technically gives you the privilege of deciding what time you would like to fly down to KL right down to the hour. But the real question is, with how there are many alternatives to getting to KL, either by bus, by road or by rail, how is the air route still the most busiest international route in the world? Well, one of the reasons is actually even the Singapore to JB Causeway is one of the world's busiest land crossings as well. So all the many hours you've probably spent queuing up at customs and wondering how long is it going to take, you're really queuing up and trying to cross the world's busiest land border. And as a result, this air route, which is a quicker way to get between Singapore and Malaysia, has become the busiest in the world. It takes about an hour to fly between Singapore and KL compared to what could possibly be 5 hours if you were to drive there. But who would have ever known that travelling between our nearest neighbour and back would land us world records? And with recent news of the intentions to revive the initially cancelled high-speed rail project, which would have seen a high-speed rail link between Singapore and KL, could this also have the two countries hold the record for the world's busiest international rail link in future?